I tell you, that's the one thing. Like, you go into this midterm election deal and all that nonsense, everybody's going to be divided again. We all can agree these scam calls, they got to stop.
Dude, if someone could run on that platform,
oh, they're in.
Yeah.
I'd hear them out at least. You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to know what else they think, but I'm going to lose it. The next time I get a damn spam call, it's like 20 a day, man. Yeah, that and the ride in the right-hand lane. You gonna go slow? I respect that. I go slow in the morning. I like to just take my time. I'm in the right-hand lane. I'm not the slow guy in the left lane. Get out of the left lane. Those two, I think we have a recipe for a platform here.
That's a good ticket. That's a strong ticket.
Jeez, I like our odds, man. Oh, you gotta pick an R or a D now. But who cares? I think we blend the lines right there.
And that's the middle. Those are the middle parties that can win.
Oh, I thought of another one. TV stations can't all go to commercial at the same time. New law. Right? I mean, we got 3 things to run. We'll figure the rest out. Come on. Yeah, I'm all about it, man. Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat. Happy Thursday. How you doing out there? Speaking of politics, you know it's okay to have a difference of opinion politically with someone else and still be their friend or still enjoy their company, right? Like, that's crazy. I see the comments, people that are like, oh my God, so political or whatever. Yeah, because it has to do with your money, right? Money's not political. Money is money. Someone starts coming after your money. You don't care if it's an R, D, I, L, whatever those letters are. You don't care. They're coming after your money. So we will talk about those things as they come up. And sadly, you know, they're going to come up more with the midterms because get ready for the commercials, right? Anyways, we're going to talk about the stock market here today because not a lot political, money-wise. We got the whole Russia thing, geopolitical news out there, but we all know what's going on. Other than that, the stock market, it's looking for that reason, right? We saw that yesterday. Give them a hint of a reason to go higher. The Fed talking about maybe being a little bit more aggressive. Okay, the market can respond to that. Boy, today, it was nothing. I mean, it was just nothing good from the econ news that came out early in the morning to obviously whatever's happening now, the latest up to the minute thing with Russia and Ukraine. Boy, there's just nothing good happening for the stock market. So it's a weak day, right? We'll talk about it here as we go. Also, we're going to talk tonight. I think I got something for you guys. We're in the final stages of putting this together, but our Wine and Wealth class, tonight we're going to go over our portfolios, and a lot of people publicly have questions about how we do things. I'm going to try to make it where it works in our portal for our clients, but that it also works if you want to come just see how our performance is. And, you know, I'm not saying we're God's greatest gift to the market, but I'm going to share with you if you want to just come ask questions and see how our portfolio performance is going. That'll be tonight at 8 o'clock. And like I said, I hope we can do it here, do it there. You know, tech stuff, we'll figure it out. And then, of course, I just stick around and answer questions once we're done with everything there. Real short class, but we'll hang out and chat a little bit if you'd like. All right, look off to the right-hand side of your screen. You got a lot of red over there. The stock market was actually down quite a bit today, which is sort of welcome, right? I mean, do you not want the market to fall a little bit? I think a few people are into that. Across the board, and I'll kind of point out throughout the day or throughout this class, it was broad. Right? It's a broad sell-off here. Let's take a look. S&P is now down 8% year to date. There's only 36% of the stocks in the S&P that are above the 50-day moving average. That'd be the blue line on the charts that I show there. Today, 84% of the S&P was down. That's a broad sell-off, right? When basically every stock is down on the day. So not really anywhere to hide today if you're looking around. Nearly half of the stocks in the S&P lost 2% or more on the day. And what do you do with that, right? So there's always a reason to do something to try to get ahead of the game as far as the stock market game is concerned. But what do, right? If you're a trader, you're in watch list mode. There's a lot to cheer for. Maybe there's strategies you use, and you'll notice that they're not quite setting up yet. Every trading strategy out there is not really a breakout, breakdown, extended stock, extended to the upside, any pullbacks to use, but they're close. And so as a trader, you use that as, I'm going to build a watch list, right? In our office trades that we do, we're doing a couple things here and there, but we're basically building watch lists for what we hope to happen. If you're an investor, then you're sort of salivating here because you always like to buy cheaper if that's possible there. So you're looking to find ways to add new capital, close out some of your winners. Maybe they trail out, you have trailing stops or whatever. Maybe look to increase positions that maybe aren't selling off as much. Or if you really like the extended stuff, you're looking to do things like that. So you're in kind of a wait mode as well, but you're positioning yourself to be able to take advantage of a decline if that's what happens. Naturally, if things just go up tomorrow and the world's a happy place, so be it, right? You're happy with that as well. But there's always something to be doing, and so take that, right? Use it. Don't just sit there and go, ugh, what a horrible day. That's part of, the market. There's going to be bad days. How do you use them to your advantage and do something? Anyways, if you're looking in the S&P, here today, Newmont Mining was actually the best performing stock, which is awesome for us, or for me, because I've had Newmont long since this breakout here, playing momentum. It finally paid off. I was going to get rid of it yesterday. I did not, luckily. Today was the day we got rid of it in our office trades there. So finally, now we just, need PayPal and Facebook. Walmart was in the news because of earnings. We could take a look at Walmart here, but there we go. One of the better performing stocks, up 4% on the day. Inflation, again, is one of the key words that many of these people are reporting. And Walmart sort of unofficially, is the end of earnings season. Now we go into retail mode where the main bulk of stocks to report they're going to be retail stocks. If you look at Clorox, finally bouncing off of lows there, that was extended. I almost thought to do something with this one. I did not. We don't need new trades in our office trade segment, so I was a little hesitant. And I'm kind of also hoping the markets do pull back and we get some new opportunities. So trying to hold on to some cash, I guess. Cisco, that's going to be earnings related. We'll cover that here in just a little bit. Back up almost above the 200-day moving average. Couldn't quite get it done, but still a respectable 3% day for them. And Digital Realty, one of the extended REIT stocks, a little bit of a recovery there, right? Interest rates fell today for the first time in a while. So got a little extension there. And finally getting at least a little bit of a rally. You'll find a few others of your REITs also doing the same thing. On the downside, you got State Street. This is one where you go, I like it, right? We're pulling back. State Street is a little more wild, so you got to kind of blur your eyes a little bit and say, I see the discount. I might not be perfect on the bottom, but I like it there. So it's a watch list, though. Is today the day to buy it? No, right? You want to hope that it pulls back a little more for you. Or maybe there's a couple quiet days and then it pulls back some more. So for me, that's a watch list stock, if I remember to put it on there. And Intuit starting to get extended as well to the downside. We saw this before. It's had its little fits and starts as it has fallen. And maybe this is the beginning of something new because it did hit a new low here, a new recent low, and it's starting to find that acceleration to the downside. Now, if you look at the S&P here, it lost over 2% on the day. I'm going to attempt to do something if I can. Let's look and see how often this happens. SPY, this is a research tool that we have for research members if you want, but how often do we lose 2% in one day? I don't know, let's just look back 10 years because it may be a lot of times, right? So what I'm doing is hopefully doing this right. S&P to lose more than 10% or lose less than 2% in one day. Look at 10 years. Good. If we count today, that's going to be 70 times up in the top right-hand corner that's happened, and we've got the forward stats that the next day tends to lean to be a small bounce. Average gain of 0.6%, but positive 68% of the time. Now, the S&P falling 2% in a day is pretty rare, right? Especially all in one day like that. So what I thought would be curious is if we look, what happens like over the next little short term here? So 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Let's go with that for now. I think you're going to find it to be quite bullish. People like these pullbacks. And there you go. So over the next week, we average a 0.93% gain, median gain 1.44, positive 68% of the time. There is moments, especially during COVID, I bet. There you go. During the COVID drop, we saw some more weakness after having 2% down days, and that's because we were in the middle of that mess. Other than COVID, though, not a whole lot of weakness going forward. Maybe a couple more percent over the next week, if that's even going to happen. 1 month's going to be the same, just a little bit better performance. 76% of the time, it is positive there. 3.37% to the upside average. And same thing, I bet you if we look downside here, it's a little bit skewed, and this is all that COVID mess. See the 2020? But outside of that, global pandemic, sometimes a little bit lower there, but it averages a gain to the upside. Also, it's skewed here as well, so we want to use the median in this case because these gains are from the March lows. All right, so you're going to see much more monstrous gains. Notice they're all 2020. Anyways, over the next 3 months, median gained 23%, 89% of the time, and 6 months later, after a 2% decline, 96, almost 97% of the time, we are higher 6 months later. So what does that tell you? Not an immediate reversal. Got a 68% chance that tomorrow is going to be positive right there, right within one standard deviation, right? So very normal to expect a small bounce tomorrow. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's one of those other 32% of the times that we actually continue to fall because we're building our watch list, of course. But that's what you have going on with the S&P. If we go over and look at the Nasdaq, that was a rough one, man. It's now down 13% year to date. It was the worst index today. Yeah, it was the worst index in terms of performance today. You got a harder time making a watch list with Nasdaq stocks, right? And just blindly, I'll start with the weakest ones here, just for fun. All right, let's say you go, oh, I like weakness. I want to buy. I want to find something good. What do you do with this? This is the weakest stock on the day, Mercado Libre. Down 10% on the day, but what? It's just inside of a choppy mess there. There's nothing to go on. Okta, same thing, but it's breaking a new lows. You got an NVIDIA. I know everybody's excited about that. You want to participate there. What do? You're in this choppy spaghetti on a plate kind of a move here. There's not much to work on there. CrowdStrike. Same thing. It's in a downtrend. It had a bad day. The weakest stocks are getting hit the most. Zscaler, same thing. So you can't really take action here. It's like I said, it's a watch list type of day. Zoom at least broke to new lows and maybe gets extended for you, but still, it's not the day to do that. Marvell Technologies, if you're looking in that space, there's nothing there. So NASDAQ, to save you a little bit of time, you probably don't have such an interest in trying to build a watch list out of those stocks. Peloton's officially given back half of its, oh my God, somebody's going to buy us news that came out last week. And other than that, that's basically it. The Russell 2000 refuses to get above the known resistance area. It is now very obvious that 2100 is the known resistance there. If you look at the price of gold today, slight gain. That's obviously helpful and the reason why our Newmont was doing so well. Gold miners obviously participated in that. One way to look at it is the GDX. Gold mining ETF. If you don't want to go stock picking, you can look at that one there. Bonds. Take a break from the free fall there, right? So we got a little recovery here today. We're still, the 10-year is still sitting around 2%. That is the fastest move in about 30 years, and the fourth fastest move in history. This guy right here. That's how fast rates have spiked. Remember, when rates go up, the price of bonds goes down. So pretty crazy there. If you look at oil, there we go. Down 2%, trying to break through the 20-period moving average for the first time this year. We'll see how that goes going into tomorrow. Latest inventory shows a 1 million barrel build. That's week over week. And the problem is inventories are still pretty low and production is still low relative to pre-COVID, right? So we've got low inventories. All right, we don't have as much production as we used to back before COVID. That's a problem. It keeps prices elevated, but hopefully just for the short term here. What do we got? In our office trades, if you didn't have a chance to participate there today, or if you'd like to, jazzwealth.com/research. I told you already we closed out Newmont, so that trade closed out. I forget the percentage, I'm sorry. If you watch the video, you could see the profit there. And Air Products came back to that one. That was a one-day trade the other day. Didn't mean for that to happen, but we caught this first little bounce, and it started selling off, made new lows today. We said, let's try it again. And honestly, I got the world's worst fill on that one. I was trying to explain what I was doing, and I hit go instead of changing the price. So got my work cut out for me there. That happens, right? Be honest. That's happened to you. Tell the truth. Anyways, new highs, new lows for the day. Only 6 new highs, 19 new lows. CF Industries maybe breaking out to new highs there. You like that because it was strong and the market was considerably weak. Right? So that's got to stand out as something. Air Products I already talked about, very extended to the downside there. Earnings are done, volatility's high, everything's still real exciting there. Ross Stores, careful, anything retail related is going to have earnings coming up, but that was no stranger to the market decline here today. Lost 4% on the day and broke to new lows at the same time. Garmin was one on our watch list today. There was just no available really good trades for us to do that we could get excited about. They had earnings, stock sold off and did hit new lows. And I would mention Salesforce. So this is a fun one to play counter trend. Not every stock is nice to you if you're going to try to go counter trend. Salesforce can be nice because it doesn't often go in one direction without having little jumps along the way. And actually, you can just look back here. You got a big move to the downside, 4 or 5 days to see at least something. Big move to the downside, 4 or 5 days to play around. Big move to the downside. We're going to get those 4 or 5 days in there. So that may be one for us to take a look at as well. I need to get my watch list ready to roll. And that's basically it there for stocks that were hitting new highs or lows. Stocks in the news, Albemarle broke down today, 19, almost 20%. They beat on all 3 headline numbers, so earnings, revenue, and guidance there. Margins were way higher than expected. This is the lithium play, right? If you like the lithium play, this is where it's at. Prices overall up 40%. In their lithium business, volumes were up 20%. Really, really good. Lithium prices themselves, for the, obviously they're very expensive right now, so that was the negative there. Just the lithium business results, if you happen to look at Albemarle or if you're interested in that kind of thing, just looking at the lithium business for them means that if that stayed the same, even could even lose a little bit, that they would see 35% growth next year. Over that. It'd have to be over that. So on the surface, you're like, what's going wrong here? Inflation, higher costs, higher labor costs, things like that. That's where the problems were. Solve for that. You got yourself a really, really strong growing company there that's kind of an under the radar stock, right? DoorDash comes out with earnings there, reported weaker than expected earnings there. Revenues came in a little bit weaker than expected as well. No, a little bit better than expected. Sorry, wrong one. Stocks up 10% on the day because orders were 2.5% higher. Order amounts. Remember, DoorDash, you buy food, you have it delivered to you. The amount of an order was up 5%. That's not including inflation. So that's not saying because inflation was higher. People just ordering more. And like Uber, their take rate was better than expected. So take rate was 11.6 versus like 12.4 or something like that, meaning what the company took. That's called a take rate. Uber and Lyft do the same thing there. Hey, fun fact, by the way, did you know that Uber, I had nothing to do last night, so I was just reading. Uber actually, in dollar terms, delivered more food than people last quarter. Fascinating there, right? It's supposed to be moving people, and the money is in the food space there, which is good for them, I guess. Stocks in the news there. You got Sam Adams. Look, hard seltzer's not a thing. Quit shoving this down our throats with the commercials and stuff like that. Hard seltzer is not a thing. Earnings missed, just not good for them. Nothing. Shipments were up 15%, but their hard seltzer business is a freaking mess. The wholesalers, and it's mainly Truly. That Truly hard seltzer, you've seen it. Come on, they made like 1 billion bottles or cans of this stuff. That's the culprit. The wholesalers that have Truly, they're just discounting the devil out of it and just getting rid of it. Nobody wants hard seltzer. Like, stop it. It was a nice try, hit and a miss. These things happen. Well, let's just move on. Cisco up 3%. They had earnings they beat, but the focus was the excitement, I would say, is based on their additional share buybacks. They added the equivalent of about 6, almost 7% of their total market cap in share buybacks there. That's massive for Cisco, and that was a reason for the stock to give you that little bit of a rally, about 3%. Applied Materials came out with earnings better than expected, revenues better than expected, guidance was as expected, nothing magical there to report. Sales growth up 29% year over year. I have a feeling if the market and semiconductors weren't so weak today, that would have been a good one. So just the timing may have hurt them because that was impressive, overall sales. But again, I think the CEO mentioned inflation 29 times in their conference call, right? So it's a thing. We all know it. It's a thing. And by the way, inflation is not political. So that has nothing to do with politics. It was going to happen whether Trump was the president, Biden was the president. That doesn't matter. One of them was going to have to deal with this, right? Inflation is also part your problem. Like, you blame yourself. I blame myself because the way we're trading dollars faster than ever, come on, we're a part of that too. So I wouldn't pretend that one's a political one there. Yeah, go Uber, right? You think the delivery services are smaller portions, Kirk? Well, that's an interesting comment there. Yeah, wonder if maybe they sneak a little bit there. I'd never guessed that. IPA beer way better. Yeah, at least there's a real market for that too, you know. And I've never seen somebody defend hard seltzer. And if that's your thing, that's fine. But it didn't work out. It's okay. Yeah. Start guess the Dow back up. Yeah, that's right. It's there. We don't. We got to turn the page back on to see if you can guess the volatility. Hard seltzer comment, not good for the college crowd. Yeah. Well, there was what was that guy's name? The comedian. He's got a show. What's the comedian's name with the show? He's kind of like throws like he's way over the line. It's on Comedy Central. Not Dave Chappelle, the new younger guy. No, he's a white guy. He's like just a normal California white guy. I can't think of his name. He's got a show, and somebody had said, make pot legal or something like that, and he said, grow up and do coke like everybody. Like he said a joke like that, and it was like, whoa. It's the same with the hard seltzer thing. Come on, girls, grow up. What's his name? That's gonna kill me.
You're not thinking Daniel Tosh, are you?
Who?
Tosh?
Daniel Tosh. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he like his jokes are like just way beyond what you should say. I can't think of any other jokes, but I'm not a comedian. You know, not even my wife thinks I'm funny. Huh. Hey, when you print 40% of all the money in a year and a half, that's what you get, right? That's not political. I mean, the spending maybe been political, but that money getting printed, yeah, it was going to happen one way or another. And if I'm not wrong here, I think it's happened under both administrations. So that just kills me when people say like, oh, that's, this inflation is so-and-so's fault. It's Biden's fault. It's Trump's fault or whatever. No, it was going to happen, right? You can pick a side all you like, but it was going to happen. Giovanni, he says, PayPal, 1 week chart support around $95. Oh, I hope so. Let's have a look here. So last time we found ourselves down in this camp. Yeah, you actually just kind of broke your last little support there. So can I show it here? Yeah. Now, the cool part about this is so extended, right? You got all of this consolidation, what looks to be a consolidation, going back in here. You're there, right? You're right in there. Maybe we got to touch 100. I don't know, but this is so freaking extended to not have at least some kind of a bullish bias at some point very soon. I think it would be a mistake. You like Tesla to pull back as well? Yeah, I saw it was down about 4% there. Yeah. Tom Segura. Yeah, that guy sounds familiar too, but that wasn't him. It was a long time ago because I don't really have cable anymore. Yay, decided to shoot for Roku after hours with poor earnings. Dustin, should you hold overnight? Old J-Dub, what you doing there? Did it finally come out? There you go. Roku trading at 1. Oh, I like it. There you go. Now we got something cooking on the stove here, right? So that's going to open, that'll be new lows there tomorrow around 131, 132. I missed the question, though. I'm sorry. You're thinking about, you bought it after hours. Oh, you tried to short after hours. Poor earnings. Should you hold overnight or too risky? No, I would take that. Look, if you're doing shares after hours and you can take a quick profit, take the money and run, man. Yep. That's good news, man. I like seeing that a little bit lower there. Now, what about, you guys know that's on my watch list. So 131. All right. Maybe we get a little washout tomorrow. I don't know who we're washing out, but maybe that would be helpful to get some people to give up on that stock. Hey, Giovanni. How do you know that was Italian, man? That was my Jamaican accent. Yeah. The CARE Act bill, as conservative, was an awful bill. Honestly, all of them. There was just a handful of good in all of that. Other than that, basically just jostled things around. We're going to pay for it later. Very difficult to get excited about any spending bill during these types of, issues. The big, in this case, COVID. Boy, I didn't like much of anything that happened there. How tall am I? Well, I'm taller than 4'2". Yeah, this seat is lower, man. I'm like 4'3". Little guy. Hey, shout out to Raphael for coming by today. We had Raphael come by and visit us, one of our clients there with the missus. Like when people come by. Coin under 200 again, 191, 192. I don't think you can't use it as support. There's no technical trader is going to say that is now support, right? It's already broken. This is just randomly picking a spot on a chart and saying support, resistance, whatever. There's no technical analysis that I'm aware of that would say that should be a respectable support play. No. Yep. The DVD logo. Boy, that made a comeback, huh? Crazy. Justin likes it. Likes Meta, the old Facebook, down towards 200. I can't blame you. Had a few emails on that myself today. I said, boy, I wish I would have done that with you guys. I was early. The Mountain Dew was what? Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like Mountain Dew. Just at that time, the Mountain Dew had to be water. I tell you what, they don't have available here. What was the name of the Mountain Dew in the Carolinas? I went to town on that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And I looked it up. They don't actually sell it here in Florida. We have every Mountain Dew you can imagine. It was something. Uproar. Mountain Dew Uproar.
I would have never gotten it.
Holy cow.
I like that one.
Oh, that might have been my favorite. Now, I tell you guys, if you're looking to stretch out a little bit, it's a little hard to come by, but give it a month or two, it'll be back. Liberty Brew, right? I mean, Liberty Brew is the worst thing to ever happen to me personally, but I love it. Oh my God, man. That's a good one. If Mountain Dew's out there watching, they want to send me some Liberty Brew, it will not go to waste. That's an amazing thing. Sun run down with the good earnings there. Yeah, I didn't actually catch that one. Didn't catch it. Oh. Where are we at? 22. Okay. Little volatility after hours. 50 cents, 70 cents or so. Do I like Tesla at 850? Why are we picking 850? You just want it back towards the 200, a little bit back towards the low of the range? You kind of feel like if it gave you 850, there'd be room for more, because it's not going down without the market, right? That's proven itself. It's not just going to randomly fall. There's no, well, unless there's some news to come out, but there's nothing happening there. So if the market pulls back or continues to pull back, you got to expect Tesla could break right through 850. So I'll see. Surge. Why do they still make Surge? I remember when that I was like in middle school or something when that came out. Yep. Yeah, you want to drive that classic truck. Yeah, you all go have fun in the metaverse. I'll gobble up all your classic cars, man. That's my weakness right there. Citizen ginger infused cider. Okay. Okay, now we're getting into, you guys are making me want some soda and candy and stuff. Hey, Wine and Wealth tonight. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll drink adult drinks a little bit later. I'll probably just do it right here, if you don't mind. Or maybe we'll go over to the speakeasy. We'll see. But we'll be covering our fund performance. Always like to give updates on the fund performance. It's been a little bit. We got busy with COVID and all this other stuff. So we'll go through each fund, just show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm going to try to make it public so that everybody can see as well, just because there's nothing there that would get me in trouble, I don't think. And so if you want to hang out with us later, I'll be around. It starts at 8 o'clock, and if it's on YouTube Live, maybe you'll get an alert if you're a subscriber, and we will see you later. And, if you feel like subscribing, right? You should, subscribe.